Minecraft has the end. You're probably familiar with it. You beat the Ender Dragon, you see the end credits roll. And, the middle, that's the path you take to get there. That's the tools you acquire, the journeys you've gone on, all the enchantments you've made on your weapons. That's the middle. But what's Minecraft's beginning? Maybe it's just you creating the world, but maybe, just maybe, it's something a bit more. You see, in my Minecraft world, I made it to that long ago. The Woven and Adatory cultures used the power concentrated at the world spawn to summon the first player. It wasn't me. But I did this because I think the world spawn is probably one of the most important locations that, and maybe in some Minecraft worlds, gets a little overlooked. And it's important though, because that's where you join the game. That's where, if you don't have a bed, that's where you'll respawn. So I made it so that it is an important spot with two of the most important cultures in my Minecraft world. And also, the first player, King Buddy, happens to be the first stuffed animal from Build-A-Bear that I got all those years ago. But I did this in a couple of meanings. I gave King Buddy existence because also, well, I wanted to talk about using your failed Minecraft attempts to really evolve the lore of your Minecraft world. I think this is something that can be really helpful if you make a lot of, well, let's maybe not say let's make a lot of mistakes. Maybe that's not what you do in your Minecraft world, but when you do have errors, say, when you die horrifically, you might be angry, but there are ways to recover and feel like it's okay because it's a part of your world. You see, in Bedrock Edition, I had tried to beat the Ender Dragon before, and yeah, I got my head handed to me. But before I got totally angry and, because I lost all my stuff and it was all despawned before I could get there, I decided that I could use that plot point to expand my Minecraft world's lore. See, I made King Buddy that player that lost to the Ender Dragon. It wasn't me, it was someone else. And for trying to reach the end and slay the Ender Dragon, which I guess in my Minecraft world is like the equivalent of trying to reach the gods themselves, King Buddy was cursed to become an immortal cat, which I have represented in my Minecraft world. King Buddy is in the village of Dragonvale, and that is interesting. It makes the Minecraft world just a lot more expanded naturally through my gameplay. And that means that I can think about that bad time when I lost to the Ender Dragon in a better light because it helped expand the world's lore. And now when I come back to it, it's something just a little more interesting. And of course, coming back to that idea of other players, they do exist in my Minecraft world. Steve and Alex and the others roam the world. And whenever a player joins my Minecraft world for the first time, I could think about it as if they're being summoned by the Werewolf King himself and the highest ranking villager cleric of my world's religion. And of course, that makes the world just feel a little more all interconnected. That these gameplay mechanics that, of course, we expect in Minecraft aren't just gameplay mechanics. I kind of like this idea from lots of other games. I think Earthbound is a game that does it really well that I've been recently watching, where game mechanics are actually gamified into the game. They're a part of it, the game that you should, it's more than just a menu. You might want to look into it more, and that's what I'm trying to do with Minecraft's mechanics, is make them maybe just a little bit more fleshed out and intertwined with the Minecraft world itself, so that I feel like everything's just a little more interconnected. And bringing to that, something I love the most about my Minecraft world is that, when you're looking to expand your world, I think it's really important to make sure that your Minecraft world, when you're building stuff, you actually keep it there. Even if you decide later on you would like to maybe demolish something. You see, there's lots of parts of my Minecraft world that I think I'd rather change. I think the biggest example is probably my old mob spawner, which really doesn't work quite as well as it used to in Bedrock Edition. I think it's because of just weirdness and conversion, but also I think Java Edition just works differently. And the problem here is that I don't actually want to destroy it as much as it looks kind of like an eyesore, honestly, to the rest of the world. I don't want to destroy it because it's a part of my Minecraft world history. And so I think what I'm trying to say is if you build stuff in your Minecraft world that you maybe don't like that much, you should still probably keep it around because more often than not, you can build things around it that maybe make it seem more justified. Like, say, for example, it was a much older creation and now you've changed your style. But of course, evolving styles kind of tells a story in itself because it means that there is some history there. And you can use that to your advantage. And something that I also wanted to bring up is that your Minecraft world's lore doesn't have to be something that you set in stone and decide right from the beginning, because I don't think that's going to be something that's really helpful to you. I think Minecraft is a game that is best when you naturally explore it as you're playing it, and that includes the lore of your world too and its history. Say, for example, the Werewolf Kingdom, which I think I've brought up at least a couple of times. The Werewolf Kingdom was something I added much later to the world's story. The Atatori and the Kyberan had already been established prior to me creating the Werewolf Kingdom that's at the world spawn. And I want to say that because I think that's important too. Like, if you want to evolve your world's history, you don't have to feel like at any point that it's locked in a certain place. There's always more you could tap into, and that's the exciting part about history in both video games and honestly in real life is that our knowledge of history keeps expanding as we keep exploring, as we keep doing more archaeological digs, as we keep learning more about the past, and that doesn't change for Minecraft. As you keep exploring your world, your history can naturally evolve, and maybe it changes perspective a lot when you learn more things that you want to use to change your world history. And I did that with the Werewolf Kingdom because I figured it would make the world more interesting. I could tie it into the world spawn, I could tie it into the religion, because I do think that villagers on their own maybe, you know, don't seem like they could have done it just themselves. They needed some other spark. But of course, based on how I made my Minecraft world, that other spark couldn't be players, so that's how that's how my story kind of evolves. And coming back to the world spawn, because I think that's a point I brought up earlier, is that you want to make sure your world spawn area is kind of nice because it's where you start the game and it's worth investing in because for the most part, at least for me anyway, the idea of the world spawn is that it's somewhere you could know that's safe for sure. It's the point, it's the first place you'll go to when you explore the world. And for me, literally, even though I have completely transformed that village, at first it really was just the first night cabin for me and the other player that I started the world with, which was I can't remember his name honestly. But when we started the world, that was our wooden shack that kept us safe. That was where the world spawn roughly was. We knew the village was nearby that we had partially destroyed as well. And over time, after I had built up my kingdom at Wolf Fox, I came back and I improved the world spawn so that it is kind of a place where if you're a brand new player, everything you need is right at the world spawn. There's wood, I do have a mob grinder, so you can get an infinite amount of bones or as many as you desire. So basically, that's covered. You can bone meal, you can get all the trees you need, and you can mine. So, I mean, that means you get charcoal. And I do have a partial mine built as well. So basically, everything you need is at the world spawn. You could go further, and that's what I like about Minecraft. You see, I think kind of the magic of old multiplayer servers was that feeling when you finally know you found a chunk that no one else had been in. Because in a lot of survival worlds in multiplayer, at least when I played multiplayer Minecraft, there's a lot of, there's random crafting tables. You could clearly see where people had been. So when you finally reached that point where you knew there was no one, it felt exhilarating. And I still want to leave that in my Minecraft world. I still want there to be parts that are undeveloped so that if, say, I ever wanted to just, do like a soft reset and play the game again, then I could just travel somewhere else in my world. And at the same time, if anyone else joins the world, they don't feel like they are locked into going to a place that is already developed or that there's nowhere on the map that they can't go that isn't developed. You left your options open, and that's important for your world, that's important for its history. You want to keep all of your options open. And I did want to mention this because I do think it's important. I think Minecraft Legends does establish some lore that is relevant to this topic of Minecraft's beginning, but I haven't played that game, so I couldn't give you an honest opinion of what I think about that lore. But if you have played that game, first of all, let me know what you think about its lore and if it's worth looking into. And secondly, if you're looking to add lore to your Minecraft world, that's a great place to start because you know it's already been propped up by Mojang and Microsoft itself. You know that that lore is probably more likely to be, something worth looking into because it's put out by the creators of Minecraft itself. And maybe something else that's worth considering because of, what I've been mentioning, players being summoned. I did want to bring that up, the idea of maybe players being from another world, because I think that Minecraft's end credits, no spoilers if you want to, read that whole thing, does kind of harken the idea of dreams being maybe alternate realities. So I did want to think of maybe players being summoned from alternate realities, which is kind of an idea that's from, again, another game I play that's Mabinogi. If you're familiar with, the main characters of that game are Millennians. I think I said that right. And basically my idea with that is because you see in ancient cities, which is a structure that's been recently added to, well, recent-ish been added to Minecraft that I have yet to find one. I'm pretty sure there's plenty around in my world. There's tons of mountains, so I know if I looked hard enough, I'll probably find one. But I think end cities, ancient cities are the ultimate what comes before structures. Because you see, at the center of an ancient city is kind of like a crude portal. And clearly it's not maybe a nether portal because there's no reason why they might not have obsidian, although I guess we don't know. And that's something for you to potentially tap into with your history and your lore. But clearly they try to do something with that mysterious portal. And I'm thinking maybe they tried to summon players from another world before the power spot at, say, the world spawn was discovered. And that's something you might want to tap into. At close of this, I just want to say, you've considered the end of your Minecraft world. That's you beating the Ender Dragon. You've probably made it through the middle of your game, because, not everyone makes it to the end, so let's maybe not consider that, but you've definitely played the middle. That's the part of the game where you do everything you want to do. You want to build structures, you want to collect your tools, you want to get your weapons, your gear. That's the middle. The beginning is something that maybe doesn't get considered quite as much in Minecraft. So maybe consider your Minecraft world's beginning. And that will help you determine the rest of your world and maybe where you want to go.